actually, and today I'm going to be playing NBA 2K16 for the final time, most possibly. Yeah, moving on. I just got, so in the future obviously that'll be my port of call. It's kind of self-explanatory really, isn't it? Yeah, so today we're going to be playing a good few matches, or no, not a good few matches, but just a match. I'm really struggling on words today, haven't I? And just give my final thoughts on the game, because yeah, this game is basically dead. NBA 2K16, great game. I'm going to look back on the years ahead and think it's pretty much a monumental step in the franchise. And yeah, just look back on it and be pretty happy that I played it. So yeah, I'm going to play as, just randomize it 3 times. And if I get a better team on one side, I'll probably play that team. In Pacers, very topical. By the way, I don't know how long I think that was 3 times. Yeah, I might play as the OKC in this occasion. Well, in most occasions between the 2 teams. Kind of like that one, so I could just go with white there. Yeah, white for home. It's kind of weird, but yeah, we're away, so against the rules. Hey, anyways, let us talk about my final thoughts on the game. So NBA 2K16. Now this game was a pretty much monumental step for the series because I think it was the first or second time they introduced this proper My Career storyline, and it was done by Spike Lee, who's pretty famous director, and it was just very much a big thing at the time. Now I think it was a big game, to be honest, and I think that a lot of people thought the same. They thought this was a really big step and just a great addition to the game. I think they could have gone a lot further with this game mode, because it did have a good deal of story at the start, but after a season of playing, you lose that whole sense of story to it, which I think FIFA is definitely doing this year a lot better than what they did in 2K16, because it gave you a few clips and then you just basically played normal career, so it wasn't as much interactive or story decisions as was maybe advertised. So maybe that was a bit of a falling point now. So yeah, but overall I think My Career was really good and really fun, and even the creation suite around it was just quite interactive and quite good. Now let's get on to the gameplay, obviously topically, because we're on the gameplay and we're playing a match here. I don't know what difficulty I'm playing on it. 2 minutes that'd be alright. Yeah, that's alright. And of course I'm leaving that guy open. The gameplay in this game is very good, actually. Really good, to be honest. I really enjoyed this gameplay. I would say out of all the games in the NBA franchise so far, I think this one's definitely nailed it for gameplay wise. It feels quite fluid, it feels quite realistic. The character types are unbelievable. I mean, probably one of the best games in all of games in terms of the models, because they're so good. The scanning they've been doing is pretty incredible. Even Kevin Durant, he looks a lot better in this game than ironically in the new game, because he's actually kind of bulked up a bit in this game compared to 2K17 when they actually change him. But also in terms of, you know, stuff like the look of the game, the feel of the game, it just feels very realistic, and also the design, it's just so much like the real game. It's so good, like I really enjoy it. It's just such a good feeling when I'm playing this game, and when you get going, when you get good, there's like this hot meter, which means that as you play better, you get better, which I really liked as an initial, like, it kind of made matches more interesting and meant that CPU wasn't always like winning on you. It wasn't always owning you in some occasions like it is now. But again, I'm obviously trying to concentrate on making this video, and it's very hard. But if I was playing properly, I would imagine that I would obviously play a lot better than this. My favourite part about the gameplay and about all that mechanical stuff probably is the I'm trying to think right now. The new moves that are brought into the game are quite good. They still have a lot more to do, but I think what they have now, like stuff like you can do now, step overs, crossovers, and just the shooting in this game is actually really good, to be honest. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It changes per person, but of course you're gonna have to dictate what that person's actual. So one critique I would have is you have to actually dictate where you have to hit on the shot meter, because it's different for every person. But as far as like making that feel realistic and making that feel like it actually earns you something is good. The green releases are bad though, because they actually don't ever work. The green releases, only if you're playing as like Steph Curry, where you're just pretty much automatically going to shoot a good shot. The green releases are just the false hope, in my opinion, because what they do is they make you believe that you've actually hit a perfect shot, while in some occasions the release may be off and you actually may be hitting a bad shot. In the new TK17, I think they're still suffering from a similar problem. It's obviously a pretty hard thing to fix if they haven't done it in the new game even. So I mean, it's definitely one thing they do have to work out a lot. Otherwise, it's like the other things like passing and stuff, that's really good. And also it just feels so much realistic. If you play 2K Live from like 2K16, I think they made NBA Live 16. Compare these two games and you'll notice a drastic difference between the two games. It's just a lot more realistic feel and tone to it. Now on to my next category, which I'm quite honestly, so I give the gameplay, I'd say the gameplay is probably like a 4 out of 5. I'd say if I was to talk about, you know, my thoughts on everything else, like the story mode, that'd probably be a 4 out of 5 as well. What else in this game I'm going to talk about? Of course, the gameplay, which is kind of a pretty broad topic. The game modes in this game. So of course you have My Career, which again is one of my favourite modes of all time. My Team is actually really enjoyable this year. They've added a lot of stuff into it, and of course we're talking about 2K17 now, but from the past year, obviously last year, they added a lot of stuff to this game that I really found kind of made it more exciting. Even when I was playing offline, even when I didn't have actual like PSN network or PlayStation network, I still could do different stuff with my team, which is really interactive and really good. The My Team aspect, yeah, it does need a lot of fixing. Obviously the packs system is pretty basic. It needs to kind of be updated a bit, because again, you'll open a pack, you'll spend money on it, and you'll get some really bad cards, and they shouldn't be getting for that. Like, I know they do this in FIFA, but it just can be unfair points. Like, you may get, say, a Steph Curry, which is meant to be better luck of finding good cards, and say, I don't know, some other guy, I'm really good at this, and you'll still get really bad cards, even though you spent more VC on it, which is really stupid. So that should not happen. You should definitely be getting better odds, and just better overall. I really like the road to the playoffs, whatever it was called, which is sort of similar to Race Division 1 in this game. Again, I always get really frustrated because I'm really bad at it. And also, let's talk about, not my team, but I think my league. My league is really good this year, to be honest. The expansion thing, they've done a good job, you know, making you as creative as possible, but they obviously need to make it better. My league is really good because it's just fun to play from time to time. You might want to play a season, you might want to play actual league, and it feels realistic. It feels really good. The one thing I think is the draft. The draft is kind of weird because you get some of the best players from that. Always the draft picks, like the number one draft pick is always actually maybe realistic, but I don't know. Sometimes your draft can just give you the best players, and suddenly after like a few seasons, you're amazing. I don't know if that's just a thing for me, but at least that's what I think. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, that's pretty much for the game modes. I think there's another game mode that I'm forgetting about. Oh yes, of course. There's two. Pro-Am, which I don't really play much of, so I can't really give you a proper opinion on. Pro-Am, the most I've played of it, it's meant to be pretty good, to be honest. And there's also My Park, and My Park is again a really fun thing to do. I would say if you're into that sort of thing, like the kind of interacting with friends and like that, I think My Park is actually fun for everyone really. It's a good introduction to the game, like just getting to know the mechanics. But I'd say definitely it's kind of hard to find people with your own skill level. Sometimes you'll just be faced up against these pros and you just don't get any spot in. I think the good thing in this game is Blacktop, actually really good, because Blacktop is another game mode which gives you the ability to play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or 5-on-5, and it's just really fun to introduce the game. Sorry, I can't speak today. Introduce yourself to the game and get to know it even better. So I don't know how long this video has been going on for, but yeah, pretty much this game is just really fun, really realistic. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs and lag in this game that you have to know about just if you want to play this game. A lot of things that need to be fixed. For instance, when I play this game, sometimes my player will not be able to run for some reason. Sometimes a CPU will throw it out of bounds. I don't know why that happens. It's really stupid. Sometimes what else happens? Oh yeah, the music stops for some reason. I don't know, or actually the actual thing freezes, or that happens. Like that was not meant to happen. I wasn't even shooting there. I was trying to dribble. See, the shooting and dribble are both the same button, but you have to move it around. So that's sometimes the controls are a bit yeah, that's what I mean. Like stuff like that happens a lot. Yeah. So what was I talking about there again? Yes, a bugger game, a fun game though, and ultimately a really fun experience for all. I mean, this is not a proper review, this is just like my final thoughts on the game, and obviously like an ode to the game, because obviously we're looking back and listening, like, this is my final time I've actually played this game fully in a full match, which I'm gonna lose apparently. There you go, trip over. Oh, Adams, what are you doing? Look, we didn't get that, but you know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes it can just be good fun to just mess around with all these different modes, find out what you're good at, and then just work from there. And you can have a great time playing this game with friends. Definitely, I recommend that. Obviously, try and get used to the game before you complain about it. And honestly, I can't wait to play 2K17, and I'm playing it straight after this game, so if you want to see that, I'll be doing videos obviously on that. A lot of videos. I mean, I made part 1 of my career for, possibly for 2K17, so I'm going to do part 2 of that now. And yeah, we're going to do my career first, and then you guys, I'll suggest who you want to play as a team in my league. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching all my 2K16 videos through the year. I did a lot of videos actually. So make sure to subscribe, obviously, share, favorite, do all you can to support me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. See you all later, lads.